Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my video on Into the Mind of Michael Bisping. This is a request by Football Fan 533. I don't have a whole lot to say about Michael Bisping because I'm just going to talk about the little things that I do see, and I'm going to talk about the things he could do to change to progress as an MMA fighter. And I think that's maybe what I should do on some of these guys that I don't have a lot of history with, like be it with BJ Penn and GSP and like Randy Couture, I have a lot of experience with, so I can really get into their mind. However, like Michael Bisping and stuff, I don't have as much experience with, so I'll just give what I feel like I should say out. Okay. Like I say, as far as his fighting style, I don't see a whole lot really wrong with it. The glaring thing that sticks out of me, or Michael Bisping, is the lack of. He's got a big spirit, but he doesn't seem to have that impulse control. And I really think that's what Michael Bisping has to learn how to do to progress as an MMA fighter. And you really start thinking about it, most of the guys in MMA have roughly the same amount of technical expertise. They're within ranges of each other. And really what makes a difference a lot of times is their ability to control themselves, which brings up a philosophy that I continually push out, which is use your energy wisely. And this applies anywhere in life, not just MMA, from riding your bike to the store, to just anything you're doing. Use your energy wisely, and the lack of impulse control is really you're allowing that energy to escape you and not being able to focus it and harness it on a specific technique. And you sort of seen that too in the Henderson versus Michael Bisping fight, where Dan's calm, cool, and collected. He's able to keep all his spirit under control. So even though a guy may not be as technically savvy, he may be able to control himself better than be able to handle you. So and I think, and you've seen it too in the Ultimate Fighter with Michael Bisping. I don't know how to say it, but it's probably the UK guy. He acts a little bit like a hooligan. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Michael Bisping. I think he'd be a fun guy to hang around and stuff, but he needs to carry around more of an attitude of peace and that calm, cool, collected, like Dan Henderson. Learn how to control that spirit. And as he learns how to control that spirit, he'll see new things that he previously didn't see, and it'll give him a strength that he doesn't really understand yet, which a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people feel really bold when the ego's up in the mind and pit bull minded, like they're the baddest guys in the world. However, real power, which Randy Couture has learned this, is it really comes from peace and humility. And again, and that boldness really exposes you to a lot of weaknesses. And then, a lot of guys start out bold, and then they go back to coward. And being a coward doesn't really, it's not a really good fighting style either. And you see that too, like when I play poker, I would be balls to the wall, and then I'd get beat a couple times. It didn't work out that way. I could see some guys were setting me up, and then I'd go back playing scared, and I'd play bold, and I'd play scared, bold, and scared. And I finally realized I just play smart, always intuitive. I'm always paying attention, and it's the same way in MMA. So that's really all I have to say. I think his biggest problem is he needs to focus on impulse control, which leads into using your energy wisely. And I think he needs to try to focus on carrying an attitude of peace and dealing with some of those issues. Like, he threw water in that one guy's face. I mean, he apologized, but still, he's allowing people to get under his skin easily, and that's really, again, it goes back, don't let people rent mine in your space easily. So, and again, they are able to do that because of ego, your own ego. They see it and they work it. So, and the more they can work it, the more they're going to work it. That's all I really have to say. I just want to throw it out there, do a quick response for Football Fan 533, and until the next video, later, folks.